Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and hi. Today our group will present about ICT role on workers and students during pandemic COVID-19. So before that, let us introduce ourselves. Next is classification of our topic that going to be summary of our presentation. As we can see in this mind map, first we're going to talk about definition of ICT and its classification. Next, we're going to talk about the role of ICT to the workers and the role of ICT to the students. And lastly, we're going to talk about the effectiveness of ICT to the workers and students during pandemic COVID-19.
Today I'm going to present about the types of ICT that we use among the workers and students during COVID-19 disease. So before we proceed to the types of ICT, I'm going to brief definition about the ICT first. So ICT is an information communication technology. It is the infrastructure and components that enable modern computing, and it is similar to the IT, which is information technology, but ICT is more focusing on communication technology. Next, we move to the types of ICT used by the workers and students. The first one is computer. Computer is an electronic device that manipulate information or data. As we know, computers has become the main devices of ICT to replace the traditional classes and for workers that works from home. Have various type of computer, which is desktop computers, laptop computers and tablet computers, but basically these three type of computers have the same function of each other. Move to the second point. As we know, smartphone and smart TV also can be used as equipment to perform online classes and work from home. Smartphone is a cell phone that allows you to do more than just make a phone calls and send text message. Smartphone can use to browse the internet and run software same as the computer. And smart TV, also known as connected TV, connected television. Smart TV is a technology convergence of computer, television sets and set-top boxes. And last but not least is application software. Application software is any program or runner or number of program designed for end user. It means is any end user can be called as an application. Or in the simplest way to understand the term of the application software is any or every program that we use in our computer is a piece of application software. For example, is like Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, and maybe the other program that we install in our computer, which is Microsoft Teams and Google Meet. So that is we call it as application software. And that's all from me. Thank you.
ICT role on workers. First, change the way to communicate. Proper contact must be built in order to keep individuals linked and operating on the same page for the business activity. Business need to take a proactive approach and communicate with important people like stakeholders and customers. Learn to adapt the new normal. The crucial role played by ICT to keep people connected and functioning whether on site or working from home. We all are depending from video calls such as Zoom, Google Meet and Microsoft Teams. This will allow us to directly communicate and discuss meetings and remain linked. Next, work from home. With the help of ICT, employees do not need to be working in the same place or even at the same time in order to work together from home. The employees can work separately and keep in touch with each other via email and also can communicate with each other in real time through telephone conference calling and video conferencing. The employees can access the business network or database by connecting to an internet or extranet. However, even working from home, employees will still need to meet face-to-face. With the help of mobile phone and laptop or computer, with wireless internet access means that employees are always accessible and can work
I will talk about the ICT role on students. The educational world is not exempt from the impact of COVID-19 pandemic. Our Prime Minister instructed the Education Ministry to implement home-based learning initiatives for the duration of the MCO to ensure children's education would not be neglected during this period. In fact, Malaysia has emerged as the second largest country to use Google Classroom for online teaching during the MCO period. Due to the closure of schools and the suspension of face-to-face learning, a remote system of learning through appropriating existing technology has been implemented in Malaysia through learning resources including video conferencing applications such as Zoom, Microsoft Teams and social medias. Teachers and students are able to continue their teaching and learning activities. For Malaysians, most regions have access to internet and most citizens are technology literate, which can be defined as having the basic knowledge of handling mechanical gadgets such as desktop and laptop. Furthermore, through online education by using the ICT tools and softwares, educators and students can have access to information, create supportive environment for education, and have the opportunity for professional development. ICT are being utilized to the maximum level to offer distance education solutions and digital education contents for students. Thus, COVID-19 reminds us that ICT is a principal component of pedagogy in the 21st century. In addition, the expansion of technology adoption in current education has enabled teachers to adjust from the traditional to modern approach, hence allowing them to dispense knowledge more flexible. Technology tools act as mentors, facilitators, and motivators that can invigorate students, especially undergraduates, to be more engaged. The rapid development of ICT and its application, as well as other digital services, has a great influence on higher educational institutions.
Okay, we move to the effectiveness of ICT during pandemic situation. Firstly, information and communication technology, ICT, is able to make the society of this country as a society that is always sensitive to current issue. People are not left behind to know the development inside and outside of the country, especially in the pandemic situation that took place, making the world community more aware of post-COVID-19 health crisis with the practice of new normal that are the pillars of human civilization today and the future. For example, nations can follow the COVID-19 infection transmission statistic in other countries through their computer screen. Secondly, ICT world can strengthen the relationship among the Malaysian community, whether those inside or outside the country at any time. The culture of stay at home in this pandemic is caused many to be stranded in their respective place and unable together with family members. Thus, ICT plays an important role in staying connected and strengthen the bond. Thirdly, information technology can help enhance the self skills of adolescents in the pandemic situation. This is because the scope of work offered today requires highly skilled and diverse workers. Teenagers can learn skills through video streaming applications such as YouTube to fill out leisure time during MCO. That's all from us. Thank you.
Okay, that's all from us. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.